Now we are in the building of the Tabernacle, and you'll see the parachute, which is stretched over bent wood lath. That's Susan Metzger in the background there, and we are getting ready to raise this parachute ceiling or projection screen over the hexagon, which you'll see later. The walls are a wood hexagon, and actually some of those walls are already up and are being nailed together. That's myself, Gerd Stern, and on the ladder that was Jonathan Ayers. And there's Steve Durkee and I trying to figure out what's the best method of getting this thing up in the air with a number of bystanders, including Bob Dreyfus, the Meher Baba messenger. And we are getting it together, believe it or not. In a moment, you will see, there's Barbara Durkee emerging from under the parachute skin. Steve, Bob, Jonathan Ayers, and here we go. That was the old name, the stenciled over the door, and it was then changed to Church of the Tabernacle, which still now in 2004 exists. Well, that's what we decided to do. We decided to prop it up on 2x4s. 2x4, the most common piece of wood in life, at least in my life. I don't know about yours. Jonathan had great facility of engineering and figuring out how mechanical things could move and be put together. You see the little figure which hangs from the top of the parachute, a kind of a Bucky Fuller object. There it goes up on top of the wall, and there it sits nicely, no damage, everything copacetic. That was Walter Gundy passing by, roadie for the Lemon Spoonful at the time, now in the laser business still. So setting that parachute on top was a lot easier without, there's Dakota Durkee and her mother Barbara. It was a lot easier than trying to set it when all the walls were together, which will also give you the opportunity in a little while. There's Sarah Ayers, Jonathan's sister. All these people were living at the church at the time, and we were able to accommodate 12 or 13 people. The church in Garnerville, where at this point Savitri Durkee and her husband, Reverend Bill Talon, are living. And one of Steve's early paintings has to be moved out of the way. The church is still full of his various periods of painting, although he has stopped painting in his current, you see Church of the Living God before Church of the Tabernacle. I was going to say in his current role as a Sufi sheikh, Nuruddin, translator of the Quran. There is the framework for the next piece of the hexagon, the next wall and fitting the inside triangles was always perplexing. We cut them and then I think, forgot which one fit on which quarter, but there goes Steve measuring. And the problem is you can flip those pieces, so you don't remember which side was which unless you write it on it, which of course we didn't. But eventually everything is in place. It takes three of us, Dreyfus, Durkee, and Stern, and now we are going to lift it up. This is a heavy mother, let me tell you. And what you don't want it to do is to tip over. And you see how nicely the pattern of the diamond works out on the outside wall. That's pine planking. And of course the music is playing and people are rhythmicizing against the wall as they're holding it up, beating time, as it were, although time is something that it's hard to beat. Sarah Ayres and Dakota Durkee and Gerd Stern supporting the wall. It was very hot. It was the middle of summer. It was before we opened the Tabernacle to the public, and it was after our big Down by the Riverside show at Riverside Museum in New York. And now this next portion of the hexagon is being fastened to the previous ones. There goes Walter Gundy. He's looking at you. The music we're going to play with this is not the music we were playing at the time. We didn't do sound. And it's Harry Partch, recorded by Michael Callahan in Petaluma. And we are now inside the assembled tabernacle. You see the sine waves flashing and these little apertures with words are at the bottom of each inside wall. And now you see the top of the parachute. And on each wall of the hexagon inside is one of Steve Durkee's paintings, and with a special lamp, argon or some other esoteric gas lamp. And in the middle of this center painting is the mounted oscilloscope. This is a light fountain and a water fountain, which is also in the center of the tabernacle, and the door on one side is the shape of a male and on the other side of a female. And there you will see the face of Meher Baba against the sine waves. Meher Baba was a big deal to us in those days, and he still is. I am God and you are God. The difference is I know I am. And you see the fountain, and the turning lingam, which is part of it. Now we are projecting onto the parachute from 4 projectors in the 4 corners of the church up above on the second floor. Again, this is the inside. You can't see the projections too well, but believe me, they're there, and they seemed very clear. Meher Baba again. Yes, don't worry, be happy, man.